God has given us scripture, so I can't repent.
That's it.
Ephesians 6 and 10. Yes, ma'am.
What God told us to study on today was why do we warfare and how to warfare. Because last Wednesday we talked about how to pray. But now we're going to have to understand why we pray. I'm not going to read this. I don't even know why I pray. Swing hit somebody with it. See that? I was swinging at that spirit. That was on the pulpit. I had to beat him up. All right. The Bible says, 6 and 10, it says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness and high places. So God said you don't wrestle against flesh. You got to wrestle against these spirits, these principalities. See, principalities is based on the word like a prince. Meaning that you got some people, you got princes over regions. Like if you go to Las Vegas, the prince over that region is lust and greed. Because that's why you see people go there, because they want to gamble and they want to sleep with prostitutes. So there's a different princes assigned to different regions. So if you go to Chicago, one of the princes over that region is murder. If you go to Atlanta, one of them princes over there is homosexuality. It's a different spirit assigned to each region. But what happens is we have power enough to fight against them spirits in that region, but it only can come forth when everybody's on one accord. Because come here, Brian. Come here, Elder. What's that? Stand in the line. Face them and stand in the line. Right here. In the line right here. Yeah. All right. I'm a city, right? This is a city. This is a city. This is a city. And this is a city. Now, all of a sudden, God raises one city up to begin to bless the name of the Lord, right? Like Jerusalem. But these other cities are still occupied by the enemy. So what happens is this city needs to find somebody in this city that's going to touch and agree with them. Once you touch and agree with me, all of a sudden I went from one city to two cities. Now I got 3 cities. And it's supposed to go on until all 5 cities are occupied by God. But the problem is that this city don't agree with me. We was on one accord at first until we ran into something that we didn't agree on. So you still saying you with God, but I'm not with you. So now you got 2 cities representing God, but they on 2 different levels, 2 different planes. We both say we with God, but somebody got to be lying. Because the Bible says, how can 2 or more walk together unless they what? God said he don't fight against himself. So you can't have 2 cities saying that they both represent God and they ain't on one accord. We should have the same beliefs and the same principle system, right? If we got the same king. So what happens is this city may go have this city agree with them. Now I got to go over here on this side and try to find somebody who agree with me. But this city may have heard what this city said about me and begin to, now I got 3 cities. Then this city may go to this city and say, well, you don't want to go with God because they're not with God. We with God, But it started with this city. That don't make no sense. You understand what I'm saying? So what people don't understand, cities represent churches. Because churches are cities. Because the Bible told me that each person is a house. And when is a city is made of many houses. So when you look at a church, you're really looking at a city. So what happens is we got churches that don't agree with other churches because they feel like I'm more connected to God than anybody around me. But God say, if we was on one accord, how much power would we have if you had 5 cities fighting against the same enemy instead of we fighting against each other? Because a house divided cannot stand. So that means that in the city, the church, the enemy comes in and say, you a house, you a house. I'm going to put a division between y'all. Because y'all can't stand together if y'all don't like each other. So you need 2 to touch and agree on anything. 2 or more. So the enemy said, if I never let y'all become 2, I'd have stopped y'all already. So what happened is we got too many people in the church divided. It's too many spiritual warfare. But the Bible told me we war not against flesh. We're not even supposed to be fighting each other. The enemy is fighting us. Because guess what? Who do y'all see up here? How many people up here? So I say this is 5 cities, right? Do you see the enemy? Can't see him, can you? So it looked like it's just us up here. It looked like it's just us. But what we can't see is what we really fighting against. So because we can see each other, it's easy for this city to say, I'm wrong. And I'm looking at him like, you're wrong. It's easy. But that's not the problem. Because if we was both serving God, we always wrong. The only one right is God. It's not about my opinion, because God told me not to lean on my own understanding. So now, I want everybody to sit down with Brian. Thank you for being an example. I can get you a piece of candy after service. Brian, we got to stop looking at spirits as spirits. Because when you say spirit, because you can't see it, you just a spirit. You got to start looking at a spirit like a person. It's got a body. It got arms, hands, feet, genitalia. It got everything you got, it got. That's what a spirit can do. Spirit can't rape you, you ain't have no genitalia. You understand what I'm saying? It couldn't scratch you if it ain't had nothing to scratch with. Couldn't bite you. You ever woke up one day and you had marks all down your back? You're like, where these come from? You're like, I got new fresh claw marks on my neck. Spirit scratched you up, he got mad with you. We know that when a spirit gets in a person's body, the reason why spirit want to inhabit your body is because it can't do nothing without a body. Can't touch anything, can't do nothing. It don't have the sensation of eating if it's not inside of a body. That's why when you deal with gluttony, gluttony gets inside of your body and it makes you eat. Gluttony ain't gluttony outside your body because it can't eat nothing. Can't go on no tree and get no apple. It's going to just look at the apple. It's got to get in you and tell you to go get the apple. So it can get the sensation. It's satisfied its lust, its desire. When the enemy get in us, all it's doing is satisfying the desire it had before. So when you deal with a lust demon that likes sex, it get in you and all they want to do is have sex. Because it can't have sex outside of you. It's not the same. They want the sensation, so they try to inhabit your body. So what happens is when lust overtake you, it's not even you no more. It's the spirit in you doing all the work, doing everything, and making you feel good, but it's really messing you up. Because you ever got so angry you said something and you don't remember saying it? You ever got so angry that you wanted to kill somebody? And you almost did it, but God had to catch you? You ever got so angry that your hand moved before you knew it moved? Wait! You'd have hit them and knocked them out. And you think, how the heck did you get down? What's wrong with my hand? That spirit used your body to cause its desire to come forth in the natural. The enemy's whole desire is to get into the natural. But God told us our desire is supposed to get in the spirit. We're opposite. So the enemy is trying to get in your flesh while you're trying to get in God. You understand? So what happens is, when people, you ever see on TV when somebody say, I stabbed him 100 times, but all I remember is the first couple times. Who did the stabbing? The spirit. Spirit of murder got in you. You remember when the dude went in there, Sandy Hook? Am I saying it right? Sandy Hook. When he went in there and killed all the little kids. Everybody say, man, he's a monster. But nobody in their right mind would go in there and shoot elementary kids. What was he seeing when he was killing them? Nobody asked that. He was possessed. So the enemy can show him monsters running around. And he's shooting at them. And you seeing little gremlins. Because the spirit then twists your mind up. The spirit is manipulative. Schizophrenic people hear and see things that's not there. That must mean the whole earth is everybody's schizophrenic. Because everybody has seen and heard things that's not there. So what happens is the enemy can manipulate you. Enemy can go and knock on this door right now, and we going to answer the door and nobody even go. What's going to happen to you? You're going to be scared. You're like, I'm not going out that door, I'm going out that door. Right? That left an opening for that enemy to come and get you. Because the minute you got scared, fear opened the door in you. See, the first time a kid hear gunshots, they don't move. Because they don't know what it is. So it's going to pop, 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 pop. And it's going to be like, Mommy, what's going on? Pick me up. But when we hear pop, 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 what's the first everybody to run?
Yes, sir.
Because we recognize what that sound is. Right?
Yes, sir.
The only reason why you recognize that sound is because there's a door in you connected to fear of gunshots. That's your spirit. How do I know it's a spirit? Because when I was in Iraq, we got to the point where we could hear gunshots and we didn't even respond. They was bombing us and we were still eating just like, we just, that sound like that come from the east side. You know, the west side. Yeah, all right. Why? Because once you get so used to something, ain't no more fear connected to it. Right? So what happened is, when a person first do something they ain't got no business doing, they scared. A robber or a thief is scared the first time they rob and steal something from somebody. But after they do it so long, the fear go away. Now, they just operate in that spirit without no fear. Right? Fear is not necessarily a bad thing. Because the Bible told me to fear the Lord. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? So if I fear getting in trouble, that's better than fearing not getting in trouble. Right? Most people getting killed. I just seen a video where this guy, he got out. This is a white dude now, 25. They was chasing him. He got out the car and he pointed his finger at the police and they shot him. Bam, 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 bam. He dropped. He tried to get up. They shot him again. Yeah. White folk get shot too. Don't just think it's black folk. You got to do your research. Police shooting everybody. They killing anything and everybody. It's fear. It's fear. They don't got no respect for persons. You just hear more about it because we making such an uproar about it. But white folk get killed too. I seen a young man, they tased this 17-year-old white boy and killed him. Tased him to death. Tased this other girl. She was a white girl. She was about 16, and she was arguing with the police. He tased her. Now she like this for the rest of her life. See, don't believe everything the media show you, because they don't show you everything. That's why when I get on the internet, I look up all kinds of stuff. I ain't just going to be caught up in what they feeding me. CNN is only going to tell you what they want to show you. They control your mind through what you see. Perception is reality. So if it look like the police is killing everybody, what you going to say? The police is just killing everybody. So if it look like the police just killing black folk, that's all you going to think is they killing black folk. There's some Latino folk that just got killed. It's some